Hi everybody, it's Cindy. It is March 2nd and I'm back for an update. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, thank you so much. I'm going to go over what I've been working on, and I'm going to be talking about Nashville Needlework Market. It is happening right now. It is a fun time of year for stitchers and the designers. There's hundreds and hundreds of new designs that come out every year, and I'm going to share my picks. I share my picks every year, and maybe you'll see something you like, and maybe you haven't seen some. There's a lot of different places you could get information, but I always share that every year. I'm excited that next week we get to turn the clocks ahead, and I'm looking so forward to that. So we're almost there. Winter's almost over. Hang in there. And I'll share with you what I've been up to. I've been working on a project for my great niece, and this is by Brooks Books. It is free download patterns, and it is an Advent Animals collection, and I had shared what I started on my last video, and I'm gonna catch you up of how far I've come. And I'm gonna start from the beginning of I showed a couple of them, but I'll show them again just so, listen, it never hurts to see them again because they're so stinking cute. This is number 1, and that is Katie Kitty. Number 2 is Pete Polar Bear. Let me know which one's your favorite so far. There's 25 of them, so there's a lot. This is Mary Mouse. Mary Mouse is pretty popular. And next we have Dunkin' Dog. And I changed up the colors on him a little bit. He's cute. Number 5, and I'm looking at the book to get the names correct. This is Hattie Hedgehog. And the hedgehog, some of them came out way cuter than I thought they were going to be, but adorbs. Number 6 is Cashmere Camel. Oh my gosh, this one is so funny. Look at the eyes. Look at the lips. It's so funny, but super cute. That's number 6. Number 7 is Pierre Penguin, looking all dapper. Number 8 is Pearly Pig. Now look at her in her fanciness. Number 9 is Kenny Kangaroo. He's got his sunglasses on because it's way too sunny for him. Number 10 is Sheila Sheep. Look at her. And she's knitting away. And I'm sure she's using lamb's wool. What do you think? Number 11, it's Fitzwilliam Frog. Now, the last 2 I'm showing you, I didn't put the trim on them yet. There he is, Fitzwilliam. And number 12 is Sophie Squirrel. So I did up to number 12. I'm working on number 13 right now. So I'm at the halfway point because there are 25 of these cute little critters for my niece, and such a fun project. And I did pre-make all of the backings for these now, so they're all done. And when I'm finished stitching, I just cut it and put the backing on it and then glue it, and then I add the trim. But having them all done now, it makes it so much easier when you have how you're finishing them ahead. Listen, there's so many pieces that we wait to finish. I've usually always stitched, finished, done, but I still have a couple of pieces that I have not finished, and that's because the framing is really expensive. So I am probably holding off to next year for that, for the framing of a couple of pieces. I don't want to do it this year. Now, it is Nashville Needlework Market. I'm going to put what my favorites are, and I'll include pictures of them here so you could see what they are. Listen, there are dozens upon dozens of designers. There are hundreds of releases during Nashville Needlework Market. I'm just showing you what I like, and I'm sure I didn't even touch the surface, but I don't want to overwhelm. I'll give you a good handful of what I like and what I'm drawn to. And there's one piece that I will be getting right away, just one, and that I'll be using with my 123 Stitch gift card. And we'll go through what that is in a minute. So the first piece is by Kathy Barrick, and this is called Vibrant Flowers. Look at the pretty colors. It is very pretty. The next one is by Kathy Barrick also, and it's cookie cutters. And I could see these being done a different way, but these are right up there. And then next we have Stacy Nash. Now, she's been doing animal crackers patterns and releasing them every year. So this one is Maggie May. And the next one is also Stacy Nash, and that is Animal Crackers, and this is Miss Hazel. They're adorable. I've stitched a couple of pieces of these, and I actually given one of them to my daughter a long time ago. The next one I have, this is by October House Fiber Arts, and it's called Americana Blue. And I'm a blue person, so there's no way I couldn't be attracted and drawn to that. So very pretty. This one is by also Stacy Nash, and this is Spring Chickens Pin Keep. These are in no particular order. Of course, I'm drawn to spring. I have a lot of spring. You could see in back of me. I think I have as much decoration in spring as I do for Christmas, maybe more. I just love spring. I love Christmas too, but that's just the way it goes. The next one I have is by Annie Belcher, and she did the 12 Days of Christmas stockings. Look at those. Very nice. The next one is by Jeanette Douglas, and this is called Heart and Home. And I don't know why, you just get drawn to certain things. This one is the Blue Flower, and this is, here, give me 1 second. This one is by the Blue Flower, and this is called Bunny Tudor Hair. The next one is by Shannon Christine, and this is called Stitcher's Paradise. Just love the colors in this. Glendon Place is the next one, and this is called the Tulip Mandela. As you could tell, I'm focusing on spring, like my brain is just going to spring, but beautiful colors. I love flowers, so I was just naturally drawn to that. The next one is Luminous Fiber Arts, Misty Purcell, and this is called Santa Stack. And this one is the one I'm going to be buying. It is very vintage, and I'm going to be stitching it for a couple of people, not for me. I like it, I would want it, but I'm going to be stitching it for someone else. The next one is Satsuma Street, and it's called Funky Chickens, and of course it's got the bright, beautiful colors. Hands-on design, of course, can't not have Kathy in there. And let's see, this is called Botanical Bee. The next one, of course, by Kathy, hands-on designs, is Gather Wildflowers. And the next one is hands-on design, Spring Folk. Kathy, I don't know where she gets her ideas, but she just blows it out of the park every year for me. It's just what I'm drawn to. The next one is Liz Matthews, and hers was Spring House. Heart in Hand, Frosty Tiny Town. Now, I did one of their other pieces, and I really love the colors in this. And listen, that's a long winter scene. It's not spring. And the last one that I have for you is by Heartstring Samplery, and it's called Scenic Sampler. So those are my picks for Nashville Needlework Market. What are your favorites this year? Put it down in the comments. I love to see what everybody else is drawn to and what they're going to be stitching and what they really want to get. It is, it's a big time of year for the designers. They put so much, you have no idea how much work goes into them doing a show. It's the packing, unloading, the displays, the stitching, and then they come out with these designs every year. To me, it's just mind-boggling how they do it, but they always pull it off every year, and I'm sure it'll be a very successful year for them. Now, since we have spring in the air, I have been cleaning up the house. I've been donating a lot, but I've also been acquiring some vintage pieces. I'm really drawn to more vintage pieces, and I'm going to include a picture right here. These are from the 1950s. These are egg cups and salt and pepper shakers. This is the set that my grandma had in her cabinet. I remember it as a kid, and when I saw it in the vintage shop, I don't know what the odds are that I ever even saw it again. I had to get them. They're hanging on a shelf in my bedroom, and I wake up and I really feel like it's just nostalgic for me. So I did pick them up. Super cute. I have hung I stitched the whole set of, and there's 8 different pieces, and listen, they were completed 2 years ago and I never hung them, and I should almost be embarrassed that I didn't hang them, but I did hang them in my hallway, and it's on the sides of my linen closet, and I'll include a picture right here. And I took votes on how I should hang them. I reached out to my closest family and friends, and I said, hey, should I hang them all on the left or on the right? Do up over the door, do it completely even on both sides. And as you can see, it's even on both sides. And what was really funny about the survey, right, is me and my 2 daughters are the only ones that said to hang all of them on the left. And I thought it was just so funny that all 3 of us thought the same way, but we got outvoted. So we lost. And I love it. Listen, either way I would have hung them, I would have liked it, but it's good to get other people's input just to see how everybody else thinks. And I did get today, now as you can see above the door, it's empty. And I told my sister I'm going to get the perfect piece to put above that. So I'm going to show you what I got today. I had to grab it. Now I got this in an antique store, and it is behind glass. So as you can see, it's a print of 3 women sewing, and I have 2 other sisters. And I'm going to be hanging that above the door, and it'll look perfect. It's in a wooden frame. You could see it's definitely vintage. It's a print, and it was only $12. And to me, It was an awesome deal. I highly recommend going to thrift stores and antique shops, and you know, sometimes just changing your home a little bit, it'll change your whole house, and it really has. I hung on my wall a quilt that my neighbor made for me, so I have that hanging on a wall now, and I'll include a picture on the end for that. I picked up a dresser hutch for my living room, and I called and I was talking with my older sister, and I'm like, listen, I used to have many moons ago, a long time ago, well over 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, I used to have a nice hutch that opened up and I could display things in and put my, you know, good stuff in, and I haven't had one since. And I decided I wanted to get one, but I didn't want to spend a couple of $1,000s on a hutch or a curio. And so I went to the antique stores, and I live in a mid-century modern home. My home was built in the 50s, and I love this home. And I wanted to get something that was mid-century, but I didn't want to pay, like I said, a whole lot of money. So what I did is I went to a couple of thrift stores, and I saw a couple of different hutches, really good prices, and I sent pictures to my sister, and I'm like, okay, which one? And then we started talking about which one I would pick out, and I decided to pick, it's a dresser hutch, so it's actually a dresser, and then on top of it is the hutch. And it's open and it has no glass, and I really decided, especially me and my sister, I didn't want any glass. When you have glass and you're opening the doors, it actually blocks some of the things that you're trying to display, and then you have to clean that glass. So I'm going to include a picture right here of what I got. I'm really happy with it. And I used to have a 3-tier blue, it was actually a bookshelf, and that's what I used to display all my stuff on. I'll use whatever I have. So I put that in my bedroom now, in one of the bedrooms, and that'll be for books, what it was originally intended for. I like the dresser, because I could store stuff right in the dresser on the hutch, things that I'll be displaying with different seasons. I paid $79 for it. You cannot beat the price. $79, listen. If something ever happened to me, my kids could sell it or put it on the curb and somebody would come and pick it up. And I didn't spend thousands of dollars on it. So I'm really trying to be extremely careful with how I'm spending my pennies these days. I've been having a lot of fun. I did get sunflower curtains for my kitchen. I had blinds out of the window over my sink, and I literally hated those blinds. They were metal blinds. They weren't even like updated blinds. They were old, probably original to the house. And I really didn't like them. So I was able to find sunflower curtains, 100% cotton, made in the USA, which is rare these days. I actually put them on eBay. They were really cheap, and hung them up, and it transformed the whole kitchen. It looks amazing. I made Snoopy curtains for my bathroom, because my bathroom is decorated in all Snoopy, and I'll include a picture of the curtains right here of the sunflowers, and here is a picture of the Snoopy curtains. Now the Snoopy curtains aren't anything fancy. It was actually just Peanuts fabric, and I backed it with muslin to give it that extra thickness, and it's just a panel, and then I hang it on a rod with the hangers. It's just super easy. You could pull it off, wash it, put it back up. Nothing fancy. Did it really quick and came out great. That had blinds in the bathroom too, and I just couldn't stand it. Now the other ones I'm holding off. I have curtains, like big, you know, it's an older home. These came with the house. They're really good curtains, I would call them more drapes than curtains, and they're kind of plain, but after I discovered how expensive they are, I like my drapes pretty well now. So that's what I've been working on, just cleaning up the house, getting things straightened up, cleaning out what I really don't want. I'm being more selective of the things I do want. So that's what I've been up to. It's been a lot of fun. I hung my cross stitch, I hung a couple of new things in the house, new curtains, new cleaning up, getting ready for spring. And that is what I've been up to. I hope everybody is thinking along the lines of spring cleanup, change things around a little bit, spring cleaning. Definitely, you know, go to your antique stores, go to your thrift stores. The thrift stores in my area the last 2 months have literally nothing on the shelves. Nothing. I'll include some pictures right here. The shelves in the thrift stores are empty. Like there's nothing to buy, so I won't even waste my time really going to them anymore. There's nothing in the store, so I don't understand that or what's going on. I don't know if people just aren't donating, or I know a lot of the stores are getting donations and selling it online. It's kind of sad if that's the way they're going, but you know, I donate to the thrift stores just to give back to the community, right? But anyway, that's what I've been up to. I hope everybody's having an awesome spring. Now, somebody had requested that I share a recipe for healthy cookies. Now, I'm not going to demo anything. I'm going to give you the recipe. It is super easy. It's 2 to 3 bananas mashed. Mash it really good till it's almost like a liquid. You'll add 3/4 of a cup to a cup, depending on how much banana you have, of just oatmeal flakes, you know, just oatmeal, uncooked. Add some cinnamon and add some raisins and mix it all together. Then you will form them into a patty. I'll include a picture right here. I just use a circle form, and that's how I do them. And I bake them for 15 minutes. Now I add raisins and I add chocolate chips on top of the cookie. I will put 3 chocolate chips on top of the cookie. That's it. You don't have to add the chocolate chips. Sometimes I just do it plain. Sometimes I add raisins. Sometimes I just do the banana, oats, and cinnamon. 15 minutes. It's not a hard cookie. It's kind of soft. You let them, you know, bake them for 15 minutes at 375. Take them out, let them cool off, and then take them off and eat them. And it's a soft, chewy cookie. It's very healthy. There's nothing else in it. Put what you like in it. Take what you don't like in it. And I hope that helps somebody. I'm not going to mention the name who requested it, but that's the request that I had. So until we meet again, everybody, I'm, you know, working hard on these Advent animals. My focus is to get all 25 done. We're heading into March. Next week, we turn the clocks ahead. I'll be getting into my hiking season. I miss it so much. I'm not even gonna go into how bad it was like the past month, just trying to stay busy, but what I was doing on the weekends, because it was so cold and nasty and wet, I don't like hiking in that. I like it to be a little bit nicer, not nasty weather. And it's been raining almost every weekend, so even if I wanted to, I'm not gonna hike in the rain. I've been going to antique stores and thrift stores and just walking around and doing that, and you know, just staying busy. Until we meet again, everyone, happy spring. And Easter is really early this year. Happy Easter, because it's at the end of the month of March. It's super quick this year in the US. So I will see you next month. Happy stitching, everyone.